Hi, my name is Marisa Bozarth. I'm the Museum Curator of History for the Burlington County Division of Parks, and we're excited to bring to you another series of our artifact highlights here at the Lyceum. We're going to introduce you to a few artifacts that aren't necessarily always seen by the public, some that are, but you might not always know the story behind them. So we're very excited to be able to share these with you. So this is a 6-pound cannonball that was discovered in Mount Holly, right behind St. Andrew's Cemetery in the Rancocas Creek. And you might be thinking, well, what the heck is a 6-pound cannonball doing in the banks of the Rancocas Creek? Well, things like this are found all over Burlington County from the time of the Revolution. So during the American Revolution, twice, between 1776 and 1778, Burlington County was very active in the war. So we had several battles that took place throughout Burlington County, skirmishes. There was British and Hessian military stationed throughout the entire county. And then again in 1778, when the British evacuated from Philadelphia, the only way to get to New York was to come straight through Burlington County. So this particular cannonball is probably from the Battle of Ironworks Hill that took place around Christmas of 1776. The way that we can tell this is most likely a British cannonball because it is very, very smooth. American cannonballs from this time are a lot rougher. They didn't have the means and the technology that the British had. Right? We were an army of a bunch of farmers for the most part, picking up their hunting rifles and going out. So in order to make a cannonball, they were making two pieces and then melding them together. So when you look at an American cannonball, especially from early on in the war, there's a seam where you can tell where the two pieces have been molded together, and it's usually very, very rough, and the actual cannonball is very pitted. This one is very smooth. You can see a seam barely. You have to look really, really close to see a seam here, but otherwise it's really, really smooth. So we're pretty sure it's probably a British cannonball from the Battle of Ironworks Hill that ended up, they were volleying back and forth between the Mount and Ironworks Hill. So the British were up on the Mount, the colonists were Ironworks Hill, and they were firing cannon back and forth. So it was probably one of the cannonballs that made its way and hopefully it didn't hit anything, but ended up embedded in the banks of the creek off the back of Ironworks Hill and left sitting there for 200 years before somebody ended up finding it.